Hi everyone!
Hi everyone! We're so excited to tell you about our first trip to California, which is coming up tomorrow. So there's one day to go and we're flying tomorrow, and we want to tell you everything about our trip. So flights, we want to talk to you about park tickets, hotels. We're just so excited to talk about this trip.
We are. So we're heading off for 2 weeks in total. But one of those weeks is going to be a trip to Hawaii. So we're going to do Hawaii as a separate vlog because there's a lot of information about Hawaii, booking it. So we will link that below when it becomes available. But that's probably going to go up next Tuesday if you're watching this on Friday. Yep. So yeah, that's to come. But yeah, let's kick off with our plans. First thing we decided was when to go. So we do a similar technique for all our holidays. The first thing we do is look at when are the public holidays. So when's it going to be busy? So obvious ones, avoid the public holidays like Christmas, Easter. They have Memorial Day weekend, July 4th. They're all going to be really busy and bring people to the park.
Yeah, and it's not just about how busy the park is, it's obviously in the peak times, the cost for things is higher.
Yeah. So
that's kind of how we plan our trip on when to go.
Yeah, and the big factor if you're coming from the UK to the US is the summer holidays in the US are very different. They normally start around mid-May and they can run as far as mid-August. So they have a big summer holiday. So whilst our holidays don't start to the end of July or mid-July, you know, you could end up going in the start of June and it'll actually be really busy. So that's why we are going in early May.
Yes.
I hope we picked a good time.
Fingers crossed. The next thing we thought about was how long do we actually go for with Disney. So Disneyland has 2 parks, so Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure. And our kind of thinking was, I think we said like 2 days per park would be ideal. And we know that we're not going to see everything. It's our first trip. So we know there's going to be a lot going on, and we've kind of accepted the fact that we're just not going to see everything. Would you agree?
Yeah, we're so excited just to kind of our first trip, so it's a starting point. So yeah. We've got a 5-day ticket, which we'll come on to in a bit. So we will have a little bit extra, but we've really allocated 2 main full park days in each park, and we just can't wait.
Can't wait.
The original Disneyland. So there's so much history there, and I don't know, like, the whole California Adventure Park just looks amazing.
Yeah. Like
Pixar Pier and obviously the Guardians ride. There's so much that's different from other parks, so we really can't wait to see that.
We've watched a fair few videos.
So just one thing to really remind everyone of is if you're planning a trip to the US, from the UK, you need an ESTA, which is basically a visa waiver program. We highly recommend getting it in advance.
As early as you can.
We'll always do it at least 6 months before we go, to be honest. You may have nothing wrong with you. You may have never done anything wrong, any criminal activity, but sometimes your name will get matched up with someone who has done something wrong, and you will have to go for a visa, which can take a long time. You have to go and visit the embassy. So don't risk it. It's $14 per person. For 2 years?
I mean, come on, $14 per person for 2 years. Yeah. When you compare that to the cost of your holiday, it's nothing.
No.
And we would always recommend to use the official ESTA website, and we will link that below just to make sure, because there are, when you type into Google, for example, there are many different websites that come up, and some of them will charge significantly more than the official ESTA website, for no reason. If
it's charging you anything more than $14 per person, it's the wrong site.
Yeah.
And some of them do look really official as well.
Yeah.
So you need to have, if you get a new passport, you also need new ESTA. So if you change your passport, new ESTA required. And you don't need to have 6 months on your passport when you're visiting for the UK passport. So it just needs to be valid for your trip. So a lot of internet tells you need 6 months on the passport. You don't. Just valid for the trip. So that's the important stuff out of the way. Let's get on to the exciting stuff.
Yeah. This is a 2-week trip.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time. Well, it feels like a long time since we've had like a solid 2-week trip. And how it's going to work is we'll do our first 4 days in California, so very much centred around Disneyland and California Adventure.
Yeah, we're literally just going to do Disney for those first 4 days. Off the plane and straight to Disney.
Literally. And then we're going to head to Hawaii for a week. So we'll spend a whole week in Hawaii, which is just absolutely amazing to think about. And then we'll do our 4 nights at the end back in California, and we'll focus more around the general California area on those 4 days.
But with some more Disney when we first get back.
With some more Disney as well, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously for us it's an 11-hour flight from London to LA, and then it's a further 6 hours on to Hawaii. So this is one of the reasons we've broken it up, because trying to do all that travel in one is just too much for us. So we would rather go to LA, have 4 days, and then fly on again. So let's talk about our flights, which is where I am the one that deals with all the flight bookings.
Luke is the master for the flights.
I love hunting for a deal.
To be fair, over the years that we've been together, Luke has found some amazing deals, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of work, but if you're willing to put that in, there are some amazing deals out there. Yeah,
so we obviously are really big advocates of the British Airways Executive Club scheme and earning Avios, which is basically air miles. So for this trip, we booked direct with BA. We used Avios and a British Airways Amex 2-for-1 voucher. Now, if you watched our Shanghai, we used one there as well. Now, these vouchers, you get them from the credit card. The credit card has an annual fee of around £195 a year, but you do get quite a lot of benefits for that, and it's worth looking at what you get. When you spend £10,000 on the card, you get a 2-for-1 voucher. It goes into your BA Executive Club account, and it's then valid for 2 years. So sometimes we get them and we store them up, and then we'll do 2 trips very near each other. But obviously you need to have the miles or Avios as well. So we will save them all up and then book it. And the 2-for-1 voucher means that you only have to use 1 set of miles. So it's a massive saving. We are flying British Airways direct. We've got a nice early flight on Saturday.
I think it's like 10 AM, like 10 to 10 or something.
Yeah. And we're going Club World, which is business class. It cost £593.61 each, plus miles, so plus Avios. So that's what we've paid. We're flying on a 747, which is one of my favourite planes.
Yep.
And you like it as well.
I do like the 747, yeah.
And we've got seats on the upper deck, which some people call the bubble on Virgin, but British Airways have the upper deck as well. And it's absolutely lovely up there.
We find it a lot more spacious, and they have the storage containers next door to you. Is it as well as the overhead as well?
Yeah.
Double, yeah. So we just prefer, and we kind of think it's a little bit quieter on the upper deck or the bubble. So that's kind of why we like it. Yeah, so we booked those flights. So as we say, the BA, we find that by using BA for pretty much all our flights, it's allowed us to build up miles. And we also use Tesco's Club Card, and we do online e-shopping. So like, for example, if you want to buy online at John Lewis, you get miles from the online e-store, and they often do offers. So yeah, it's really, everything we do, we think, can we put it on? Can we put it on? Is there something we can get back from spending, you know, points, cash back? That's what we're about. Yeah. Our Hawaii flights we have booked completely separately, and we'll cover those in the Hawaii vlog next week. So we'll talk about that separately. Talking about transport, so for our first 4 days at Disney, we're just going to get a Lyft or an Uber, that's LYFT, from LAX to Disney. And the best way to do that is to download the app, and you can get a cost estimate. So if you're worried a little bit about how much it's going to cost for the taxi ride to Disney, then Lyft and Uber is a great way of you budgeting and finding out up front what that's going to be. Yeah, we prefer Lyft because often we get more coupons, but we'll compare the two when we land. But we're literally going to land. We're going to need an Uber XL because we've got a lot of luggage. So, but it's not going to be too much, and it takes about an hour, depending on traffic, to get over to Disney. And then obviously we'll get an Uber back to the airport to go to Hawaii. When we come back from Hawaii for the second part of our California trip, we are going to rent a car, and we've actually booked that through Virgin Holidays Direct. So they do standalone car rental. It's with Alamo, and obviously the benefit with Alamo is you can do online check-in, which means you can normally go straight to your car, but we'll obviously report on that from the airport. But all insurances are included. So one thing about Virgin Holidays, when you book a package and add a car, you have to pay a lot extra for the car insurances, and it is a massive amount. Whereas if you book a standalone, it includes everything you need. So we like to do that. We've got an SUV, so we're really excited. So any of these plans that we're mentioning right now, they will be included in the vlog. So we will report back via the vlogs how we experience it and how everything goes. Yeah, and then next we're going to talk about currency. So if you watched our previous currency vlogs, we like to take a small amount of cash. Yes. Just enough to cover the travel insurance.
So always check your travel insurance covers like £500 or whatever. But you can always get more out if we need to, don't we?
Yep, and we'll also take the Starling card, and we'll also take a credit card as well.
Yeah, credit card's great for like hotel check-ins and the car rental. They like to swipe it for security deposit. So we'll take that as well. But Starling is kind of our preferred card.
Yes, Starling is preferred, yep.
Yeah, there's been a lot in the press about Revolut lately. We've still got our Revolut cards. We just wouldn't leave a lot of money on there. What we would suggest if you're using Revolut is just top up as you go per day. So we might put like $100 on for that day and then spend it on that day to not leave money held there. But Starling, we've put all our money on there.
Starling's the money, that's where the money is, yep. So where are we staying? And this is the exciting bit. I've been so looking forward to saying this. We are staying at Disney's Grand Californian for our first 4 nights in California.
Yeah, there's 3 on-site hotels at Disneyland. You've got Paradise Pier, which is probably the slightly cheaper one.
Yeah.
You've got the Disneyland Hotel, and you've got Disney's Grand Californian, which just looks amazing. It kind of looks like Wilderness Lodge.
That's kind of what the theming is very similar to Wilderness Lodge, and we love Wilderness Lodge. So we know we're going to love this hotel.
So excited. So we've got 4 nights booked there at the start of our trip. We booked through DVC. So Disney's Grand Californian is the only hotel there that offers DVC rooms. We've booked a DVC studio. So really excited to do that.
Yeah.
We've used DVC Rental Store again. And we actually did a separate vlog about how you can book a DVC room. We're not DVC members.
No, and we'll link that below on how we did that.
Yeah, so you don't have to, you can rent DVC points and save a load of money. So we booked 11 months in advance, and what do we pay?
So we pay $378 per night, but that includes parking as well.
Yeah, which is obviously a big factor if you've got a car. So the first part we haven't got a car, but second part we have. But $378 a night, so it is expensive.
Yeah. It's not cheap, we're not going to sort of lie about that, but it's worth the money in our opinion.
Yeah, we wanted to stay, because it's our first time, we wanted to stay in one of the on-site hotels. And you do get some benefits for that.
Yep.
We get early park admission included, so it rotates. So some days it will be Disney California Adventure, and some days it will be Disneyland Park. So it does rotate. But obviously the main benefit is just location. We're literally right there. And we understand that Disney's California Adventure, Disney's Grand Californian has an entrance into the park, into Disney's California Adventure.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, so we're trying to get to grips with all, like, the nice thing is we get to call Disney Springs Downtown Disney.
Yeah.
Which is obviously what it used to be in Walt Disney World. So that's going to take some getting used to.
Yep. And when we get back from Hawaii, so Hawaii is going to be in the middle of our trip, we're going to spend a further 2 nights at the Grand Californian. And we actually booked that through David's DVC, which is the other DVC rental store that we use.
Yeah, and they cost $340 a night, so it's slightly cheaper for the next 2 days. It does vary. And then our final night, we're staying near Universal Studios. We're staying at the Sheraton.
Yes.
So we've got a night there. So
excited to check out Universal Studios as well.
Yeah. Park tickets. We got a really good deal actually. We booked a 5-day ticket because there was a deal on back in November. Attraction Tickets Direct is the company we used.
Yep.
And it was a 5-day ticket, and you can use those 5 days over a 13-day period. So that was really important for us, is that we didn't want consecutive days because we're having Hawaii in the middle. So it worked out £199 per person for 5 days, which I think is great value.
Really great value. I mean, when we saw the deal, we were like, that is amazing, and we just snapped it up quickly. When you see those sorts of prices, you've just got to take that opportunity.
Yeah, and the good thing is it's a park hopper, so we can hop between the 2 parks, and you do get a bonus of 1 magic morning admission, which allows you early access. Now, we'll have the early access through the hotel, but if you were staying off-site in a non-Disney hotel, you would have an early morning access through this ticket, and it's on select dates on the website. So that's a really good bonus. And then Universal.
Universal, we also got our Universal tickets from Attraction Tickets Direct. We got a great deal with them as well.
We're only doing 1 day at Universal.
Just 1 day, but we feel like that's going to be enough, and we will most probably in the future go back to California, so we'll make a return trip there. Price wise, we paid £129.20 for a 1 day, including express and early access.
Yeah, because we just wanted to like do the park, we thought let's just get express. So they do a ticket that combines express. So we get 1-time express access to each ride. attraction and seated show, which is ideal. So we're hoping to do it in a few hours and just whiz around the park and be really, really good.
So with the express pass, there's not too much pressure on us to go through the standard lines, so we should hopefully have enough time to get everything done.
Yeah, and you can get to go in the park 30 minutes before, which is really good as well. So yeah, double bonus.
Whilst we're in Disneyland, this is our first trip, so that is what we're going to focus on, but we do hope to see some of LA whilst we're there as well.
Yeah, we might pop out and hopefully see the Hollywood Walk of Fame and the Hollywood sign, a couple of things around there on our last sort of day and a bit, so we'll do that.
Yep.
But back to Disneyland, there has an app, just like My Disney Experience. There's a really good Disneyland app. You can book dining 60 days before. And we found there was really good availability, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We had no issues like getting everything we wanted. So some of the places we're really excited to try.
Storytellers Cafe.
Yeah, it's a character meal in our hotel, Disney's Grand Californian. That's going to be really good. Like Chippendale and...
Just the fact that Chippendale are there is a tick for me.
Yeah. We want to head to the Lamplight Lounge, which, if you haven't seen this restaurant, it's on Pixar Pier. We've watched it and we've seen loads of pictures of it. It just looks amazing. I
have to admit, at this point, I think Lamplight Lounge is the main place that I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, definitely. And then also we're looking forward to doing Plaza Inn, which is a character breakfast. And you get quite a lot of characters from the look of it. So we've got other dining reservations made as well. And we've got, obviously, Disneyland is known for its snacks and bright coloured drinks. So we've seen some slush drinks and...
Oh yeah, there's this amazing multicoloured slush that I've seen, and some other just juices and things, and I'm just so excited to try all the different snacks at Disneyland. Seriously, it's going to be amazing.
So we've been using the app to explore the park, so in a similar way you can actually get familiar with where everything is. The most noticeable thing is that how small it all is. It seems really close together. Yeah. That's nice. So it means not like Shanghai where the park is massive. Fast passes are free and included with your ticket, so you can use the old system of going up and getting a return time.
Yeah.
But there is also Max Pass, which everyone has said to us, you must use Max Pass. Max Pass is amazing.
That's kind of been what everyone's been telling us.
Yeah, so we are going to pay for that. Currently it's $15 per day per person, but that includes your photo pass as well, to get in your photos. But basically allows you to manage your fast passes from the app. And I think it'll allow us to be a lot more efficient with our day.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like the Shanghai one where you can just get on the app, pick a ride, and then your next fast pass is available. You can select it.
Yeah.
So
I think much like Universal with the Express Pass there, I think this would work well for us with it being our first trip. Yeah. I know we're probably going to go back in the future, but with it being first trip and it being so special, I think that's a great feature to have as a added extra if you want it.
Yeah, we were going to do the tour, the Walk-in Walt's Footsteps tour, which means you get to go in his apartment, which we just would love to do. We haven't booked it on purpose because it's our first trip and we just don't know if we want to fit a tour in, but we may well change our mind, and when we're there, if there's availability, we may add that in.
Yeah.
But I can see us wanting to go back quite quickly after. Yeah. So what are you most excited about?
Most excited for, well, I said Lamplight Lounge. I've seen so many great pictures and videos of that and such great views from the restaurant. I'm really looking forward to that.
I can't wait for the rides, like Guardians ride. I can't wait to see the park. I would love to be able to see the castle, but currently the castle is under like scrimp because it's having construction done, and we've been watching very closely and praying that it's viewable. So we really don't know if we're actually going to see the castle, which is a real shame.
It's a shame, but it's not the be-all and end-all because there's so much more to the parks. Yes, the castle, it would be amazing to see, but we're kind of not going to dwell on it, are we?
No.
If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
So if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe because the vlogs will be coming out quite quickly after we're back. There won't be any mini vlogs for this trip. We've decided because it's our first time going, we just want to focus on the main vlogs. But we will be doing lots of updates on Instagram. And if you followed us on our Shanghai trip, we did a load of stories on there and pictures. Yeah. So you'll get a gauge of what we're up to.
You won't be short on updates from us while we're there. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, we'll also be doing occasional updates on Twitter and Facebook as well. So follow us there as well. And yeah, I'm just so excited for this trip.
Yeah, well, if you guys want to comment below, let us know what you're most excited for us to see. Like, if you've been there before and you want us to see something specific, just shout it below.
Yes.
And we'll do our best. But yeah, we're really excited.
Any tips and tricks, let us know.
So yeah, thanks everyone that's given us advice.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys very soon.
See you soon.